What is good, my people, my peeps? Good morning. Good morning. I know some of you guys are still asleep in the bed. It's early morning. I wanted to come on here and give a update regarding the Texas sky. Yes, there was no moon again last night, and I just went and I looked again this morning while it's still night, and there's no moon um, in the sky. And guys, I want to tell you, I'm gonna read some scriptures here out of Genesis, and then talk to you guys about the three wise men. Okay, um, and this weekend, which I don't know. Should I start on this weekend? Well, let me finish give you the update. Okay, so I said there's no moon in the sky. There was no moon in the sky Friday night. Um, my neighbor witnessed that there was no moon in the sky. I have said gang stalking is a spiritual attack as well. It's part of your spiritual journey of awakening, right? And being a chosen one as well. On top of that, if you're a chosen one. But this weekend was so very strange. So many events happened starting Friday night, Friday day, all the way until, well, right now. And I have been at peace. There was a calm that came over me Friday that I I don't know if I want to speak about it just yet because I want to possibly write a book. Well, I'm get possibly a what do they call them? A ghost writer to help me. Let me stop because everybody's so freaking leaky. You can't say nothing around this camp. Somebody else say so. That's somebody that helps write the books. Make sure your commas and punctuation and everything, and proofread it and all that good stuff for you. Um, Regarding my life and my journey thus far, but I feel that it would be helpful to whomever may want to purchase it. But Friday, my goodness, I was, it was like I had been waiting for that day. You know, I'll talk about that later. Oh, and I just want the gang stalkers to know, please keep whatever you took out of here, you keep that. Because Friday, all the events that happened Friday, and me noticing the moon was not in the sky, further confirmed to me that the Most High God is real. And the calm, the peace that I have been feeling, knowing that He woke me up to witness a time such as this. I'm going to try not to cry. um, he woke me up to witness a time such as this. It's it is truly awesome. Um, my awakening did not begin easy, I to say the least. Um, but it's truly awesome to know that I truly serve a living God. And it is, if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you in the world, I don't know what to say about you or for you or what's going on, that you can't see the changes that are occurring in the world around you. But I truly know that you have to pick a side. Uh, um, and that side is truly good and evil. It's either you're going to be on the team that's with the Most High, or you are on the side of Satan. And it's real. And with this gang stalking, no matter how they paint you, um, when Yahweh Shai was crucified, and he said, we were going to have to go through what he had to endure: lies, ridicule, being accused of things that you didn't do, right? Have never done. The Most High God, I mean, Yahweh Shai said, um, he came down here. He showed us the walk, how to endure this walk. But you were going to have to endure your walk, right? Friday. I have to just go back to Friday, because Friday was another pivotal time in my life. Um, it it was jarring, not in a bad way. It was like when I first was awoken to the spiritual realm, right? And I knew, like I know, that the spiritual realm exists. So Friday, when the moon was not in the sky, and everything that had transpired up into that day, I mean, it just felt like that day was so easy, so tranquil. But then when I looked up and then I did not see the moon in the sky, well, like I said, that was a pivotal moment as well. You see, I talked to you guys about having the word or studying for yourself to show yourself approved. My goodness. Because we are in the last days, and you can be tossed to and fro. The moon is still not in the sky. This is the second day that I've noticed it. not being in the sky. That is the weirdest thing to witness. I hope I do not cry. But it was the strangest thing to see. But the most amazing thing to see at the same time, because it was further confirmation to know that the Most High God is real, and this is nothing to play with. You don't have time to be out here playing around with the rest of your eternity. I want to touch on, every time I think about it, just looking at a pitch black sky with a few stars in the sky. That's amazing in and of itself, because that further lets me know other events are soon to come. And you know how I know that? Because the Most High God, if you are serving the Most High, and you have read the Bible. See, I started at Genesis when I started reading the Bible, but I've always been, in or around church growing up. So I know I've known the Bible. Like I said, I might not know all of the scriptures and where they are, because the word is in me. This is not a game. It's not a game. So I want to read this to you. It's Genesis. I'm trying to calm myself down inside so that I don't cry trying to read this. But if I do, just bear with me. Just to know that the words in this book are actually coming into fruition is amazing. So I'm reading out of King James Version, Genesis chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 14. And it says, and God said, let there be light in the firmament, that's the sky, of the heavens, divide the day from the night. I can't see. Hold on, guys. I can't speak because my eyes started watering. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be. This is what is bringing me to tears right here. And let them be for signs and for symbols and seasons, and for days and years. So many people have taken this book and taken things out of the scriptures and used them for what they want to use them for. But the Most High God put the sun, the moon, and the stars in the sky for signs and symbols and seasons to let you know what's going on, to so that you can grow your crops, so you can know when Yahushua was going to be born. We talked about that movie, An Officer and a Gentleman. And I talked about gratitude in that movie. And one thing I am grateful for, although I had my trials and tribulations, ups and downs with, all children, parents, and things of that nature, but being put into activities as a child, right? Pathfinders. I was in Girl Scouts for a little bit. In those type of events, in those type of they train you. And if you don't know what Pathfinders is, that is it's like a Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, but it's for the church. Can you imagine reading this book, the Bible, and it says that a higher authority than you put the sun, the moon, and the stars in the sky to let you know when things were going to happen on this earth, or when it was time to grow food for your very own nutrients, like most of you guys are going to do now. Because the shift is coming. We're getting ready to go into a new leadership. Yahushua is coming back. And I am truly happy that my mother and father, they had us in the Pathfinders and the Pathfinder leader, because we had socials after church. And you play games and socialize with other youth. And we went outside because we were going to be going camping. And I don't know why I never forgot that particular social, because we always had socials. We always had gatherings, so the youth can be with young people. And the Pathfinder leader said, look up in the sky. And I did. And that's when he showed different stars. Orion's belt, the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, the Northern Star. And I think at that particular time, when I did look up, I had never really paid attention because I was a child. I wasn't looking up. But when we did, and he pointed out the constellations, how beautiful they were, they are. So you imagine going outside and not seeing the moon in the sky. That is a severe sign. For who can take the moon out of the sky? Who can hide the light of the moon that the Most High put in the sky? I had a witness that night. It was not just I. My neighbor witnessed that the moon was not in the sky. The moon was not in the sky last night and early this morning. Who can take the moon out of the sky is the question. Well, I want you all to hear something. It is of great importance that we use the signs and the symbols that the Most High God said He gave to us. I want you to listen to this real quick because there were other people, kings, who used the signs of the sky, the stars, and one in particular star. One in particular star. They looked up and followed the three wise men
from the east to Jerusalem, saying, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. No mention of them being kings, no mention of how many, no mention of...
Let's hear that one more time.
Men from the east to Jerusalem.
Wait a minute.
When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. No.
So, I played that twice so that you could hear that. The three wise men are the kings that came from the east looking for Yahweh Shai. So, if you worship and serve Yah, you cannot get to the Father but through the Son. And these three wise men only knew how to find him, how to locate Yahweh Shai, how to know when his time had come. How to know when his time had come for him to be born. And how did they know? Because of the Bethlehem star. They looked up for the signs in the sky. That's how they knew. And that's how I know for sure. If I don't know, like I don't know, like I didn't know, I know for sure. This is truly not a game. You are truly playing with your lasting life. I mean, this is just, you hear terms like you only live once. But that's not true. You have the opportunity right now to live forever. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I don't play games with um, um, anything regarding um, witchcraft or anything like that. Nothing. Nothing at all. But to look up at what God has made, yes. Because God said that's what they're for. To use them in the right way. And if you're not, who do you serve? Who are you warning your people of if you're not looking up? So I want to read that scripture one more time. Just like hold on for a minute. Wise men knew when it was time for Yahushua as an infant to come into the world. They knew because of the Bethlehem star. Who is this? Let me bring this up. God bless you, sister. I've been so much I've seen so much spiritual worldly stuff. Stay with Jesus. Peace is coming. Thank you. I want to read this one more time. Then I'm going to show you guys my very first testimony from my spiritual awakening, attack from demons, whatever you want to call it. I'm reading out of the King James Version, Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Let me go down a little further so you can understand how significant when stars start to fall. Like it says in Revelation, stars will fall out the sky. Blood moons mark the timing of the Most High God's return. Full moons mark the changing. You're supposed I don't know if we have how do you celebrate Passover? How do you celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles? And how do you celebrate these without knowing the moon? Somebody ain't right. Somebody ain't right. Let me get down here. Going to verse 15. And let God, dog it, I should put my glasses on. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light unto the earth. And it was so. And God made the great light, the greater light, to rule over day, and the lesser light to rule over night. He made them stars. We know about the stars. But the lesser light that he made, that he said he gave you for signs and seasons and for days and for nights. And how can you celebrate any feast days without the moon? Because your feast days requires you to know the cycle of the moon. we are in the last days, and deception is real. It is real, and it's going to be, I tried to tell you guys Friday, revving up more and more and more. So let me show you guys this. Let's see if I can get this over here. If I can get to it really quick. Where's my okay. And if you hadn't noticed, if you didn't know, there has been another, I believe it was another earthquake that your news is not reporting this. Okay, guys? Just like your news didn't report about UFOs for years upon years upon years until they couldn't hide it anymore. Well, they're choosing what to report. But I have told you this before. They're choosing what to tell the people. Let me see. Content. So, oh, this is going to be way down here. So, y'all give me a minute to scroll. I was wondering, why, I wasn't wondering so much. I don't know if that's the right term I want to use. I was happy Friday to be at peace from the events that transpired Friday before I witnessed the moon not being in the sky. And it just let me know that whatever is to come, oh my gosh, from what I have witnessed, no wicked events, no wicked thing that these wicked people try to do to halt our progress. The progress is truly not on this earth as far as this world that is dying is concerned. That's not the progress. So whatever they do here, it has no bearing on where I'm going and where I'm striving to be. And that is living in an eternity with the Most High and with Yah on this renewed planet. So anything and everything that's here is like the moths can eat it away. For my works, I store up in heaven that no rust can touch. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's beautiful to realize, to know this is so true. It's so true. Where is it? Goodness, I didn't know I had done so many videos, guys. But what I want to do is show you my very first time I started telling my story, my experience. I didn't come on here for any glory, any fame. Ah, came on here to tell you that I know Yahweh Shai lives. I know that we serve a living God. That's what I came on here to tell you. And that's what I'm going to continue to tell you. Okay, I found it. That's what I'm going to continue to tell you. No matter who doesn't want me, to let it be known. I know what my experiences have been. And so what I'm going to do is pull this up. I'm going to turn you guys around. Okay, back camera. Okay, so this is one of my first videos, but this is the video where I talked about spiritual gifts, my spiritual gifts. Can you see? Let me see. So this was August the 6th, 2018. So let me play it. Let me open this up. Happy Sabbath, everyone. So I wanted to come to you really quick this Sabbath evening and just have a talk with you guys about your gifts from God and how not to squander those gifts. Or, you know, it's always been said that God will take those gifts if you don't use them. And I also believe that God will open your eyes up to your gifts too and let you see, look, you have an awesome gift. Awesome gift. It might not be the gift that you thought you should have, but you have a mighty, mighty gift. So, real quick, I want to just tell you guys a little story. True story, my story. I'll be popping in every now and again to tell you these stories and what's going on in my life and how God has opened my eyes and there has been a change in my life. And one of those things was my gift. Okay, it's not the gift of singing. It's not, you know, one of those amazing gifts as such. But as I would wish I would have had, maybe, you know. But you know, that's not always best for everyone. Uh, so my gift is I have the ability to feel people's energy, presence, spirit. Okay, and I've always kind of ignored it, but it helped me out in some situations. But it got to the point where I truly was ignoring it. And for example, I was in a store one time, and I was just picking up some things, putting them in my basket, and this man, I'm in the aisle, you know, and like in the aisle getting the stuff off the shelves, whatever I wanted, putting it into my basket. And this man walks past the aisle. He doesn't come down the aisle that I'm in. He just walks past the aisle. And my goodness, if I have to tell you the evil, the evilness that came off that man as he passed me, literally, instantly made my stomach sick. I mean, I felt sick. I put down my basket and I proceeded to walk out of that store. And I went home. Although I needed stuff, well, you know, I wanted stuff that was in that store. I walked out. And I had actually went to another little town to get these items and stuff. But my spirit knew it wasn't worth even staying in that store to leave immediately. Um, and you know, I told my mom this and different people, and I may have even shared this with you you guys before. I don't know. But it's just amazing how you can ignore gifts from God. And I truly believe that is a gift from God, is discerning people's spirits. And so, I kept ignoring it. It came in handy sometimes. I was, well, you don't know. I need to stop saying, do you know? I was out of town with a friend of mine, and we were in a store shopping. And all of a sudden, I just got just a negative sense from this lady who was standing beside me. And I looked up, and she was staring at me as if she wanted to kill me. I mean, has anybody ever looked at you like that? And I'm like, okay, so I'm cool. It's time to go. So I'm putting the stuff slowly back on the shelf. Yeah, so, I hint to my friend, I'm like, yeah, it's on the road. And she is just so oblivious to what is going on. And then I started to notice that the girl that was staring at me, now her other friends, they're kind of like making like a little perimeter around us, but they're staying back. And I'm just, I'm checking all of this out. And so my friend, and we had her granddaughter with us at the time, she didn't catch on to any of this that was going on. And so I'm like, okay, she wanted to pay for her items. I said, no, we're late. We gotta go. And she's like, but I want to get this. I said, we'll come back. We got this. We're gonna miss out on whatever I said at the time. And so she's walking and she's kind of just dragging her feet. And I noticed the females are kind of following us behind, but they're a little bit behind us. And so I finally had to turn to her. I said, look, when I hit this door, you better make it to the car. Because if you don't make it to the car, I'm deuces. I'm out. I'm leaving children. No, I was gonna the baby. But, she just wasn't picking up that we were in a dangerous situation at the time. And we really were. They did follow us out of the store. And when we got in the car and everything, and then she finally realized that we were in a date. These women were about to jump us. And I just I could not understand how she did not even sense any danger at all. So, okay, fast forward. I'm ignoring all these signs. And sometimes I use, the ability to my advantage, like the story I just told you about in the stores. And sometimes I completely ignore them. And so it came a time, no name to be mentioned, but I was ignoring the signs, being with someone, and I could feel the negative energy. I mean, literally, like the wind when you're outside. You can't see it, but you can feel it. I could feel it in the presence of their home. But I kept ignoring it. I'm like, and never ignore that type of stuff. If you hold on, let me pause this real quick. If you're around people, like I'm letting you hear this testimony. If you're around people, and you may be like I was, because let me go back to the date. I told this testimony in 2018. If you're around people and you may have a heightened sense that this is not a good place, I need to go leave. Okay, leave. That's what it's telling you. You feel uncomfortable. But mine's is it's higher than that. It's a greater sense. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna fast forward because I want this to see if I can get to ever in the need of God, if you ever have a spirit or something. Okay, hold on. I want to get this too, because this is the place where you see this background is where I used to live, and I moved away from that place. And let me tell you about places too, where you live, because in that area, people had got hurt, people had got killed, um, and I know everybody can't, and it wasn't a bad area. I mean, bad looking, nice, but yet and still, you just never know what is lurking there. I'm telling you. Okay, so let me see. That is on you so heavy. You need to use the name Jesus. I know people say, well, his name is not Jesus. Hold on, I don't know if I meant. This is the name we know, and I've used it before. Okay. Ever in the need of God, if you ever have a spirit or something that is on you so heavy, you need to use the name Jesus. I know people say, well, his name is not Jesus. His name is this, that, and that. Well, this is the name we know, and I've used it before. I mean, it has been bad for me where spirits have bumped me. Let me tell you something. I'm not the one to even like scary movies. Okay, maybe when I was young and dumb, trying to watch a scary movie, knowing I was scared half to death. But I'm not the one to watch scary movies and especially something based on a true story. Oh no. That has never been me. But with my experiences, and that's probably why I was ignoring my gift. That may be why, now that I think about it, because who wants to know the fact that you can discern evilness on somebody, or I can discern somebody's spirit who's good, and I ignored the evilness on a certain person that it came back to hurt me. You see, and God opened my eyes to where He showed me there's a lot of evil that He is holding back from people. He's protecting you guys, and with a hedge around you, and you don't even know. You think you are walking this earth freely and easily, but God is protecting you. Trust and believe what I say to you tonight. He is protecting you. You have a protective hedge around you, my brothers. You have not yielded to evil. You have a protective hedge around you, and you should praise. You should praise God for that. Because if He looses these demons and devils to let them do what they will tear you apart on sight. Okay? This is not a game. It really is not. This is true evilness. And God is real. He is. And I get off. I go into tangents sometimes because I just have so much that I want to get out there and to tell you guys. But I never like watching scary movies and things like that. And so once I went through this experience, and He opened my eyes and He says, "You're going to pay attention to me. That's I gave you this gift for a reason." And this is not Him literally saying this to me, but by Him opening my eyes and really showing me what this world is about. That's what I got. I got the message, God. I got the message. When you can feel a spirit bump you. Man, if I gotta tell you, I ran to my mama's house so fast. Mama, I don't know why people eat mama. I'm tripping. Am I tripping? And I'm explaining this to her, and thank God, she goes to church and was able to pray with me. But I'm like, okay, there's nothing here, and something is literally bumping me, moving me. This is real. And I was kind of like, should I share this? Somebody needs to hear this. Yes, indeed. Somebody needs to hear this. And I'm so happy I shared it. They call it, y'all know what they call it. What do they call it? Sleep paralysis. I call it demonic spirit holding you down. This happened to me, and all I could say was Jesus, and it lifted me. So when I say call on the Lord's name, call on Jesus, you call on Jesus. And if you're gripped with fear, know that God is not the author of fear. Put that in your mind, your body, your soul. Understand, He did not give fear to us. You call on the name of Jesus. And if you can't call out your mouth, I want you to start practicing being able to call in your spirit inside yourself. Jesus. Say it and it will loose you. Whatever has a hold. So I wanted you to hear. Supernatural. Exactly. We're doing that now. And people think it's a game when I say supernatural. I've been saying this. I've been telling you guys. And I know some of you guys don't want to go through people's timelines to find information. When we tell you we've been out here, telling you, I've told you my testimony of what happened. Hold on for a minute. No, stop. What am I doing? What the heck did I just push? Okay, hold on. Let me turn this back around real quick. We've been telling you our testimonies. I told you guys several times about the entity bumping me, right? Let me see what's going on here. I told you guys several times. Let me get off of this. I don't know how. We are currently in 2023. That was the beginning. That was the beginning. But in that very apartment is where I learned how to fight back. You see, going to church, I've heard of praying, but there's a certain way you truly, you have to fight back. You know, and you can't be scared. I tell you, I went in that apartment with anointing oil. I anointed that apartment. I prayed and I fasted and I was fighting back and I fought those demons off because that oppression was real. But at the same instant, I know that the Most High God let that let me experience that to let me know that He lives. And that was the first time in that apartment is when my spiritual awakening happened, guys. I keep telling you guys this and telling you guys this, and I'm going to keep telling you guys this because it's part of my testimony. And hopefully it will help someone because I did not have any kind of guidance to what I was experiencing. And even to this day, even if you don't go to church or you go to church, some churches don't tell you how to deal with the spiritual realm. Man, if I got to tell you, it's not a wimpy type of God protect me. I mean, you are literally in battle. I literally had to crack open the Bible. I can get my notepad. I cracked open this Bible. That's why it's lit up, highlight all up and through this book. How do I find out how to make anointing oil? Because those are part of your spiritual tools too. Anointing oil, anoint your house. Pray over your house. And when that attack started to lift, when all of that bumping and moving and all of that started to lift, I knew that the Most High God heard my prayers, and He knew I was going to be a soldier, a fighter. Mhm. But it's so hard to get you guys to understand that this is going to be a physical thing. And that's why I keep repeating myself. And my spiritual now awakening only kept elevating. Okay? It went from me physically feeling the bumps of the entities bumping me. And then I was going through that. I couldn't go into buildings without knowing that this building was full of demonic spirits. That building, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it in life, because where could I go without knowing? I didn't ask to know that. Who would ask to know? Who would ask to go through that? I literally would go on to church parking lots and sit trying to think that it was holy ground or something like that, because no one, out of all my time, like I said, going to church and everything, we weren't taught how to fight in the spiritual realm. No, you were taught how to pay your tithes and your offerings, and and I never forget. And I'm trying to give this testimony in this update without shedding more tears tonight, this morning. But like I said, I was Grand Rising. I was Grand Rising. I was running from demons, and I literally mean that. And I'm trying to get you all to understand how serious that is, how real it is. I told you, I ran to my mom's house back and forth, hotels, church parking lots, thinking that it was some kind of safe place, but it wasn't. Because I tell you, spirits can go wherever they want to go. Until I was sitting in a church parking lot. There was nobody there but one car, another car beside my car. And I was sitting there and I was praying. Because at this time, the spiritual gifts, they just kept coming. And not only now that I can feel the spirits bumping me, not only now, I can go into buildings and know that there's evil there. right away. But then it got to a point. So you might want to know why I always say I want to look at somebody in their eyes. But I taught my son that as a young child growing up. Look someone in their eyes when you talk to them. Not knowing why I would say that to him all the time. My mom didn't really say that to me. No. I just felt that that was the mark of character, strength, dignity within yourself, and giving honor and dignity and respect to the other person, to look at them. How disrespectful is it to have a conversation with someone and they're constantly looking down at the ground, looking away? Now, I know only a psychopath would just stare at you and not blink. We naturally talk and look away, look off. That's natural, right? But you look and you talk to someone, give them that respect. Not knowing why, like I said, I just always felt that way. But my next spiritual awakening, the next level, came when I noticed the gang stalking. And guys, the gang stalking is very much spiritual too. I truly believe that people, I can't remember in the Bible what verse it is, but it speaks on not touching the wicked thing because you can become cursed, right? Or participating in something because you can become cursed. And I believe people that gang stalk you may have done it because they thought it was funny or thought it was okay to, help their friends out, or, just thought it was a joke, but not understanding how wicked that is to intrude on another person's life. And they curse themselves because that's witchcraft, gang stalking, watching someone, following somebody, messing with someone's personal property, with them not being aware. That's witchcraft. They have touched and manipulated and played with people's experiences in this realm, trying to control their comings and goings. That's witchcraft. That is truly witchcraft, because that's what witchcraft is about. And so they have cursed themselves, thinking that they are participating in something so easy, laughing and joking about someone else's pain, right? And so my next level of spiritual awakening is when I still had my dog Bella. And I had to take her to the vet. And I took her to the vet. But my gang stalking I was aware of it. I knew the terms. I know they put cameras and, all of that. Because if they don't have a monitoring spirit, they're going to have, a human as their monitoring spirit, right? I took my dog Bella to the doctor. because she started acting like erratic. And so I'm sitting there holding her because she was a Pomeranian. And I was looking down, and this lady came in crying. And I could hear her crying. The way she was crying, it was a sorrow in her cry, right? And I didn't want to look up because I knew it had to do something with her animal, her pet. I didn't even know what kind of pet she brought in. But I could hear her crying. And I'm petting Bella, and the crying instantly stops. And it was like silence. And I look up, and there was like a checkout counter here, a stand here with like dog food on it, a little short stand with dog food. And I was on a bench on the other side. And she was standing up. And this lady, a white lady, let me tell you this. That's when it felt like a movie. That's when it literally felt like I was thrown into a freaking movie. Because this lady was looking and staring at me. And I told you guys about when I first was like, I knew I always could feel, you know how they say feel people's vibes. You know, we say that because we don't know when you're not awakened to the Most High's gifts. You use slangs like that, street slangs. So I always had, I always had a good connection with people. Or if I knew I need, but this woman was staring at me, dead on, in her eyes. Her eyes were like eyes I had never seen before. And I've said this in videos. So that's why I'm big on talking to people, looking at people in their eyes. But that's not it. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know those eyes, but when I looked in her eyes, I knew they were demonic. And I'm going to show you something in a minute. I knew they were demonic. They were so shockingly different that it made me kind of snap back, because it was literally like, when I tell you guys, the Most High God has a hedge of protection. When I tell you the Most High God has a hedge of protection around you, you think people are saying that just to say it, and it is so true. I looked at that woman, and she's staring at me. But I didn't back down from her, because I had already gone through levels of spiritual warfare. And I looked at her, and she slowly backed down and turned. It was almost robotic. Turned back and started crying and wailing again. And that's why I said it felt like a movie. With her demonic eyes and her actions. I got up and I left without even finishing my appointment to taking my dog in that day. I left that facility because that's how I would do. If I could go in and I was able to be there without feeling a lot of a demonic presence, I can go on with my day. But when an actual person who had an entity in them was staring at me and I could see the entity through their eyes, and I've told you guys this before, it's a shocking thing to see. I have told you there's different types of the shape of their eye. A lot of people like to refer to the reptilian eye shape with slits in their eyes. I've seen those before too. I've seen those twice in people, in men. A client, and it's I just let me. It's so jarring to see something like that. And another time, I seen the black eyes. Now, people might say their eyes are completely black. They don't have no white in their eyes. That's why I said, that's why I told you guys. Friday was up. I was at peace on Friday, I tell you. Because what I have seen in people, I was at work one time. This is all within this time frame of me going through my spiritual awakening. And I was at work and I was writing something. And this woman, a co-worker that used to work there along with me, came walking in, and I knew she came walking in because my desk at that time faced outwards to the main hallway. And it just by habit, anyone, you see somebody, I would assume, if you notice a presence walk in, you could see their feet or whatever, you would look up just to see what's going on. And so I'm writing and I look up and her eyes were completely black. But when I looked up, they like changed instantly. And I could not do nothing but help but stare at her. And she knew I saw her. She knew I saw her. That's why, guys, y'all don't understand. Friday, I was so at peace. I was so. I've seen those black eyes twice. One with a person that worked in the building. And that's why, one of the reasons why I switched and got an office, a separate office, to separate myself. At that time, and then I was in a store and there was a black lady and she passed me. She walked by like this, just walked by. But as she's walking by, she turned and looked. She was walking by like this, and she turned and looked at me. Her eyes were completely black. I was like, and I was so irritated and frustrated with so much being able to see so much of this demonic. I thought, I ain't gonna lie, at that time I was like, is everyone, is something, what's going on? Because it seemed like people were just being taken over, and I could see it. But this is the level. That's why I try to tell you and warn you guys with my testimony, just in case you start. Everybody's gift is different. You might say a gift, because I didn't think it was a gift at the time. I left that store. I went to the grocery store, y'all. I seen that woman walk past me, look at me with those black, her whole eyes were black. I left the store, went to a grocery store, and I'm walking. I see this woman, she was still in the store. I'm walking in the grocery store, and the woman walks past me again. Same woman. I was like, how did this woman get here so fast? A spirit, guys. And it's hard for me to keep telling you guys this. Because some of you guys are going to be, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're preparing you now to accept demons. They're preparing your mind now, just like they do when they with movies and things like that. There was an article that was released saying people are now being born with solid black eyes. And I tell you, that is a lie. Straight from the pits of hell. Those are demonic entities that are in people, and they want you to accept that entity when you see it with solid black. I've seen those entities before that article came out. That's why I like looking people in their eyes. Yeah, when I talk to you, I want to look you in your eyes. I don't want to stare at you the whole time, but so yeah, I can see the demonic entity in people's eyes. You know, there's nothing. If you're not protected by the Most High God, you're not protected by nothing. No rocks, no stones, nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wiping my nose on camera. My nose is running. I know you talked about. I know you talking about. I never knew how to fight that. Yeah. In churches, you may have heard about. You may have heard about sermons, or well, you may have heard people give sermons about you being able to cast out demons. Because God gave you the dominion, right? People want to get killed messing around with demons, and they don't have the protection of the Most High God. I can't remember what chapter it was where it was some men who tried to cast out a demon, and the demons recognized, they didn't know who the men were. I can't remember what it was, but in that scripture, when demons are cast out of people, I don't know if you ever heard, when the demon came out of them, it tore them. I can't remember what is, because demons can, they don't want, first of all, they don't want to leave that vessel. So they can cut you, or like that movie, and I never watched it, The Exorcist. Man, I just pray that you hear what I say to you, because these people are trying to normalize demonic eyes. And I see it for what it is. These people have been trying to normalize demonic eyes. When they started with those contacts, you see people wearing those weird contacts, like the snake eyes. No, I'm not. I'm talking about, I've literally seen people's real eyes, not contacts. When that woman was walking and she didn't have time to flick out no contacts and put no, she wasn't doing all that. This was a spiritual thing. But they have been trying to normalize that on the slide with rock groups and all that kind of stuff. They want to look weird. They want to have those demonic features, thinking it's a game. I'm gonna show you this video. I was gonna post it, but I said no, because I don't want, because we had talked about the gender wars, and I don't want to be sucked up into that, because that's not my fight at all. That's not what I'm here to do. I know that I have a calling on my life, and it was definitely made plain Friday. It was definitely made plain Friday, when I have been wanting to be set free. But I wouldn't give my DOR, drop on request. You will have to fire me. I will not give my DOR, because I'm not a quitter, right? I know what's right and what is wrong. I've always been the type of person to do what's right. You can't have my DOR. But Friday was so peaceful. That's why I said I'm gonna have to write a book, because I feel I'll get me an assistant to do the co-writing, right? Because this is very a unbelievable journey. Because what I have witnessed, just like what if you go back and witness on my live stream that there was no moon in the sky, then you will know there's a God in heaven. Friday put another layer on my spiritual journey, and knowing that this, whatever it is that, or however he wants to use me, it feels as if it has to do with healing. Like you said, you didn't know how to fight it. My journey with experiencing the demonic realm has to do with healing and helping people to fight it, because I am the weaker vessel, right? The woman, the weaker vessel. I tell you, what I have seen, some men will tremble. Why would he allow me? Because he allowed me to experience that and come through that, and still keep every gift that he elevates me with, this to keep growing. I'm grown. Half of my journey here is almost up. I don't just go outside and just lollygag at the sky, although how beautiful it is. I look at the sky, right, because of the times that we're in. And if you are not paying attention to the roadmap, this is what your father gave to you, the roadmap. Just like you tell your children, if you have any children, your brothers or sisters, you're the older, you take them, drop them off at the stores, the malls back in the day was the thing. You tell your children, okay, are they outside playing? When that street light comes on, you better be in the house. That's how we timed ourselves, because we went outside and played. Not like children today. That's probably why they never look up. They're looking down in their phones. But just like your parents, like my parents, gave us a sign to let us know when to be in the house for safety. And if we weren't in the house when the street light came on, well, you already know what time it is. You're definitely in trouble. So, if you are studying to show yourself approved and you're not following the directions that the Most High God has given you, what are you doing? Because see, my father told me in Genesis 1, chapter 14, and God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons. And I'm going to go back and emphasize, let them be for signs and seasons and for days and for years. Well, how can you tell if they're for signs if you never look up? Had I not looked up Friday, I would not have noticed that one of the signs that the Most High God put in the sky was gone. Had I not waited outside for my neighbor to drive by so that I could have a witness, and he looked up and noticed the moon was gone. But it was very interesting. I listened to that video again, and I heard what he said. He's like, "You're right. The moon is not in the sky. That is so weird." He agreed. You're right. That is strange. I said, I know, it's so strange. He said, it's not in the sky tonight. When I listen back to that, tonight, look, tonight, it's always supposed to be in the sky. Whether it be a half moon, a full moon, crescent moon. Because see, that's the Most High God's sign. He put it there. It's always in the sky. But that was interesting to me. He said, tonight, it's not in the sky tonight. Well, where would it go? Because see, when I drop down to Genesis chapter 1, verse 15, it says, and let them be for the light in the firmament of the heavens, for to good gracious, I can't see, to give light unto the earth. And it was so. And God made the two great lights. Two great lights. And the greater light to rule over the day, and the lesser light to rule over the what? Night. Okay. And he made the stars for signs. Who took the moon out the sky? Nobody. It's a sign that we're in the end times. Let's see who else looked up at the sky.
When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him.
With that being said, I wanted to update you all. I noticed for the second night in a row that there was no moon in the sky. And I'm happy. I'm glad. Let's see. I'm following the roadmap that the Most High God gave to me. You see, because I know that also in order to celebrate any of his feast days, you see, there needs to be a moon. To know when Passover is coming. Feast of Tabernacles. Oh my goodness. What are the other ones I was mentioning earlier? Oh goodness. First fruits. How can you know these feast days and when to celebrate them? You need the moon. You need the moon. And you look up at the moon, the sign. I tell you, we are in the end times. Because when those signs are not in the sky, from what this book says, when stars are not in the sky, from what this book says, the end draweth nigh. Okay? From what this book says, because this is the book I study from. Yeah. So I just want to leave you with this. If you're on the fence, if you are questioning, is this real? Is God real? Is the Most High God real? Trust and believe we serve a living God. And I want to show you this. I forgot I was about to show you the eyes real quick so that you won't be deceived. Because they're going to tell you, oh, babies are being born with black eyes. I was going to show you about the relationship thing. Why I didn't post this video, because it had something to do with the Passport brothers. And they're being deceived. Oh, God. I didn't even catch this. And I seen this woman because I was like, I'm not going to show this video, but I'm going to show it to you today. Have you noticed people are asking you to come to their countries? For these Passport brothers. Like I said, I wasn't going to show this video, but I got to show you the eyes that another gifted soul posted. And he's warning you, Passport brothers. The devil is calling you overseas. Let me pull it up. I can see this. And then he's going to show a chart with different demonic eyes. And I'm going to pause and I'm going to show you. I'm going to point to this chart and show you the eyes that I have seen with my levels of discernment that the Most High God has given me. No other has given me this. Like the Most High God, like I said, showed me that that moon, that sign he put in the sky, was gone for 2 days. Let me pull this up.
Take a look at this video.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn y'all around real quick. That is one. Ooh, That's one reason why I understand there's a time and a place where you might be outside or whatever, coming inside, you have sunglasses on, whatever you do, But like I said, for me, I'm big on looking people in their eyes because I discern spirits in people. And listen to this young man.
Keep her eyes.
A black woman.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get it
Take
back.
a look at this video and peep her eyes.
A black woman, everyone wants to imitate them.
Can you see her
Let
eyes?
me give you a Philippine lesson, my friend.
These are human eyes.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it. These are human eyes. Okay? And you might have to go back and pause this, take a screenshot of her so that you can look at her eyes. Because if you don't have this discernment, you won't pick it up right away. Watch this.
Now these are reptilian eyes.
These are reptilian eyes.
Look at
Okay, let me pause. I want you to screenshot it if you need to, and then we're going to move in closely. I've seen these eyes. These are the slit eyes. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Can you see the reptilian eye? Matter of fact, let me get a pen to help you out because some of you guys you would not have seen it right away. You see, this is her eye. Do you see the slit going up in this dark? Let me get this pink pen. Do you see? Her pupil is not round. It's slit going up and down. Her pupil, oh goodness. Her slit is here. Her slit. Don't look at this, because some people you get, see, you don't be confused by the light. These are the lights from her camera, the white part. This is a slit. This is a demonic spirit in her.
Her eyes.
Oh,
And
shoot.
look at these eyes.
Okay, so let's look at these eyes, okay? By me telling you guys earlier, I'm going to point out, now he don't have the all black eyes on here, but this is her eye right here. This is the eye she has. Her slit in her eye. And I'm sorry, is it blurry? I can't tell it. It's blurry, but her eye is this right here. This slit that goes all the way up and down. This is the eye that that girl has. This is the eye I have seen before. And I've seen this dot eye, not the redness around it. It's a lighter color, but it's just a dot. It's not a drug eye. It's a demonic eye. When you see it, if you are gifted in discerning the spirit of demons in people, the Most High God let you see that, you'll know it, because it's going to shock you. It's going to startle you because you've never seen that before. This eye, I've seen this eye. And let me say, you see this color right here, this kind of brown, but a little lighter. I've seen this kind of brown, but this pupil. And it's not like you would do if you were testing somebody for any type of a drug or something. It's totally different. It doesn't make the eye dilate or compress or whatever they call it. But these are demonic eyes. These are demonic eyes. And I'm telling you guys, I don't care if you don't believe, you don't have to believe me. I have to get it off my heart. I have to tell it. I have to go tell it on the mountainside. And I'm going to do it. Because I know what I experience is real. This eye. And let me see. Let's run this back. Let me let him finish his video. Hold on.
Those are reptilian eyes. Also, notice how she has over 300,000 followers on TikTok. And almost every time I've seen someone that has those reptilian eyes, they always at least have either 100K, 300K plus. Now, the question is, why would they be getting reptilian shapeshifters, women from other countries, to praise black men and say, come to different countries, leave the United States? Interesting. Take a look at this video and peep her eyes.
And then let it run again.
Everyone wants to imitate them. Well, let me give you a Philippine lesson, my friend.
These are human eyes. Now these are reptilian eyes. Now look at her eyes and look at these eyes. Those are reptilian eyes. Also, notice how she has over 300,000 followers on TikTok. And almost every time I've seen someone that has those reptilian eyes, they always at least have either 100K, 300K plus. Now the question is,
and that was interesting. Let me turn this around. That was interesting that, oh, wait a minute, let me finish so then you'll know what's interesting.
they be getting reptilian shapeshifters, women from other countries, to praise black men and say, come to different countries, leave the United States. Interesting.
Because I believe, I did not wanting to post this because, hold on, because of the gender wars, right? But I had to show you guys this because it's deeper. than the gender wars. It's deeper than that. This is demonic. These are demonic attacks. And when he made that point, why would they want them to come over to different countries? These demons. You seen the slits in her eyes. If you didn't go back, if you couldn't, you might not you may not have a spiritual gift. This is real. Let me see if I got the video of them wanting to push black-eyed people being born with solid black eyes, because he didn't have that on the oh, right here. I have it. Let me turn y'all around. People being born with solid black eyes. This is another demonic entity that I witnessed for myself.
I was hospitalized for nearly a week. It turned out my grandmother was putting household cleaner. I forgot the name.
Oh no, that's not the one. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me see. Which one is it? It might be that. No. Hold on. Gosh, I hope I have it. I don't know. I don't know if I have it. Just give me a minute, because I want you guys to see these other eyes so that you won't be fooled, so that you won't be deceived. Give me a minute. You won't be deceived. This is scary. Little video. Is this it?
What color you are? Black, white, orange, purple? You need to fucking listen to this.
I'm the lab science director. I know a thing or two
Let me see if this
about
is
food science. Now, what they have invented...
Oh, no, not that one. God, dog it. Hold on, y'all. Did I save it? Y'all know how I do. Or did they delete it already?
I knew it. I just knew it.
Here's my guy right here. Hold on. Let me see if this is it.
Son of a bitch.
Let me see
If
this.
you don't know, humans are light beings.
Oh, yeah, we know that. Hold on. Man, I'm going to have to see if I can try to search for it. Because y'all need to see this. Y'all need to see this one. Because the deception is real out here, guys. The deception is real, and they are going to try to fool you, try to get you to agree with the deception. Whether it be people with demonic eyes, they're gonna, and you're gonna know the difference between contacts in their eyes, guys. You're gonna know. But if you're fooled, if you believe the deception, you'll deceive yourself. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't even know what that video was called. Hold on. Let me see. People being born with black eyes. Let's see if it'll pull it up. No, not that. Too quiet. Anybody want to hear all that music?
You were my honey bun sugar.
No. Right here. Y'all see this? This is a devil. This is a demon. This is what I saw. And the demon that I saw, this baby has it looked like a little piece of white. I don't even know. No, it'd be all completely. This is demonic, guys. But what they're doing is trying to get you to get used to this. Get you to get used to seeing demonic eyes and saying that, oh, that's okay. That's all right. Some of you guys, let me go back to, oh boy. Hold on for a minute. I got to go through all this rigmarole. me go back to here.
Take a look at this video.
Some people
Her eyes.
will look at this woman and be like, "Oh, she's so cute. She's cute. I'm gonna go overseas and get me one of these right here."
Philippine lesson, my friend.
And wouldn't care.
These
Say,
are human eyes.
her eyes aren't demon.
Now these are reptilian eyes.
She has these
Look
eyes.
at her eyes.
That's a reptilian eye. She has that
Those are
slit
reptilian eyes.
like that one.
Also, notice how she has over 300,000.
Let me tell you something. You ain't gotta like me. I ain't here for you to like me. I'm here for you to hear the truth. There are demons here. And more are coming. Let me turn this around so I can look at you. Let me turn this around. Let me turn this around. Guys, this battle is real. It is so true. Don't be deceived. Don't get fooled. Those eyes, like I told you, solid black eyes are demons. Slits, all those, you go back and look at this video, screenshot, do what you need to do. I've seen about 3 to 4 forms of those demonic eyes in other people. So that's why it's always good to, I'm not telling you to stare somebody down, right? No. But just common respect. I mean, how would you do business or something if you went to shake somebody's hand and you're looking down? Oh, yeah, hello. How you doing? Yeah, thanks for doing business with me. No, you come in, you look at them. Hello. Right? You better start paying attention is what I'm trying to tell you. You better start paying attention to what I'm trying to tell you. You better start paying attention. Let me not say this. From what the Most High has shown me to tell you. Because he gives you signs. He tells you. Yeah, there's demons here. They've been getting cast out. What you think they did? They went away? No, they keep searching for somewhere to go. But they're going to be revealed. We are in times. And if you don't believe in looking up and paying attention to what your father said, well, then maybe that might not be your father. Because your father said, that stars, sun, those are for signs. Read your Bible. Show yourself approved. For just like those wise men studied. For just like those wise men studied to show themselves approved because they knew to look up and see. Is there Bethlehem star yet? It is predicted to come on this year and this time frame. Is the Bethlehem star up yet? Those wise men, because they knew that the Most High God put those stars not up there to lollygag at, right? Not up there just to wonder at. They put them up there so you could see at night. He put them up there so you could see at night the stars and for your symbols. But those wise men, let me get to the wise men. Let me get to the wise men.
No mention of them.
Those wise men, they look for the Bethlehem star to know that Yahushua came. Wait a minute. They look for the Bethlehem star to know that Yahushua came and has been born to wash away your sins and set you free.
There came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him.
And they have come to worship him. Study. Show yourself approved. We are definitely in some treacherous and wondrous times, my friends. I'm out, and much, much love.